This is part 2 of looking at Gypsy Rose's birth chart. So Gypsy's moon is in Aquarius in the 5th house. This signifies her deep need for emotional freedom, but also unconventional self-expression through creativity and playful avenues. So this would be her loving cosplay. This would be her role play. The moon also represents her mother, and it is squaring Pluto. This indicates a lot of tension and conflict. This is a lot of disruptive energy towards her emotions. It really shows that her mother was creating a lot of the tension and that she couldn't transform. She really wanted to transform, but she just couldn't on a deeper level. So this Pluto moon square can manifest as a struggle between her desire for deep emotional change and the need for independence and being her kind of authentic, quirky self. The Pluto moon square also shows the power dynamic between her and her mother, and her mother was fighting to keep her a child, which is very moon in the 5th house. I feel like that it was the mother's intention. This actually shows a lot of the mother's wounds, the mother not being able to express herself. She is now putting that power and that control onto Gypsy. This aspect really shows up seeing Gypsy's transformation as she's becoming an adult. The square to Pluto shows how she could liberate herself by transforming her identity. And this was something that was very freeing for her. And of course, she did get a sense of power and fulfillment doing this because she knew she was rebelling against her mother. Moon in Aquarius loves to rebel against their mother at a young age. So a Pluto retrograde squaring the moon is a very deep subconscious rework. This part of her journey involves learning to integrate her intense emotional transformations with a liberated approach to creativity and joy. So she really needs to find that creative outlet. Unfortunately, a lot of this kind of chaotic Aquarian energy is going into her relationships and not into her own fulfilling creative expression. I think it is a little bit. I've seen some of her TikToks. She really needs to fuel a lot of these intense emotions into something productive and creative for herself. If Aquarius energy isn't constantly creating or innovating, they can get really rattled. That's going to reflect in their external world, in their relationships. Moon in a 5th house is somebody that does want a child. I do think it was a subconscious choice for her to bring a child into the world to help her transmute and transform a lot of these deeper, intense emotions that she had as a child. The child that Gypsy may have will be a catalyst to her own healing. I mean, most of our children are. I do see that this was a choice that she decided to make on a subconscious level. Next, I'm going to go into her multiple retrogrades in her 4th house, and we're going to talk a lot more about her childhood and the restriction. Stay tuned for part 3.